Okay, so this is one of the recent games in IEM Atlanta, and I just wanted to show you this because, well, I mean, obviously I'm not a professional caster. I'm just a big fan of Counter-Strike. And the reason I wanted to show you this game specifically is because it's a game, a VC game, and if you're not in the Counter-Strike scene, and you probably don't know this player, his name is Simple. He used to be, the greatest player in the game, in Counter-Strike when it's back in global offensive. And he also is kind of my idol because he's just got that kind of aura around him where he, just does everything and he tries very hard. And he used to be just very, very mechanically skilled. And I just wanted to show this game because he took a retirement for about like 2 months ish. And then during that time where he was kind of retired, he wasn't we kind of all lost hope that he was gonna, come back and do something great. But you know, he came back and he fought against the number one team in the world with, you know, uh, a tier three organization filled with pros that were way past their prime. And what do you know? He dropped 28 kills despite losing. And I just want to say that's pretty great. And I wanted to show you this game and maybe comment a little bit on it.
I think this is going to be a stomp, but we saw
And Flame
Vitality put in work. I just
Vitality
was going
is
to
the
have you
number
hat on.
one
If you
team in
want
the
to see
world,
BC
and
Gang be
it's
competitive through
undisputed
portions
because
of
they
the
win
season,
about
you look back to Fort Worth and you say
half
Vitality was
the
pretty rough around the
games, half
edges.
the tournaments,
They
and
obviously
all
don't
of them
care.
are like
They're
the
kind of
biggest
like in that
tournaments
phase of
in
like, we're
Counter-Strike.
winning
So
everything and we
it's
need to rest.
absolutely incredible that they can win like that. And their individual skill is good. They have they have team, uh, they have like a teamwork and stuff like that. So for them to like to beat them, it is well, to perform well against them is very, very difficult, considering, what a great team they are and have like the best players in the world. They have, all of their players, most of their players, I mean, four of their players are top 20, with three of them their players in top 10. And they have Rops, which is top 3 in the world, and Zaiwu, which is top 1 in the world. So their individual work is undisputed. And they also have Apex, which is a great leader. Absolutely incredibly energetic, the best trash talker in the game. Meanwhile, we have the other team, which is like a tier three organization. Not a lot of those players you never heard before. And Simple is 2 years past his prime. 2 years ago, he used to be, the number one player in the game. 2 to 3 years ago, but like after the switch to Counter Strike 2, the conflict in Ukraine, stuff like that, he kind of fallen off, and has and his lack of practice has really been affecting him, and as well as this player called Electronic. Electronic is was one of was a great player like a few years back, like 5 years back maybe, but he hasn't been in the top tiers of Counter Strike for a long, long time now. So it is very very shocking that someone like Simple, who's, well, everyone's been calling washed up, is able to perform so well. And me too, like, I have been inspired by Simple, and, he's one of my favorite in the game. And, when I think about Counter-Strike historically, I think about Simple. And so basically, what I feel about this is, maybe he's getting back into things, and maybe he is able to actually prove himself to be, some sort of a good player, and maybe he'll be able to come back once again. Maybe he's just getting at the warm up that he needs to, and so we can
Before
look
the
into
major.
this.
So yeah, we're coming to these events, but we're
And then the last move is that Senzu, which is he left Mongols due to burnout, but then he's back now and he's playing, and I think it's just a good sign. I mean, always loved Senzu. He and Simple had a similar play style. Like it's always that kind of sports like showmanship where they like kind of like they have that play style where they are kind of it looks like they're reckless, but they pull out those moves that make you it just it's just amazing to watch. For example, you have Simple no scoping people all the time, and then when Senzu gets his hand on the op, there's this one clip that he no scoped 3 people in a row, and that's just very very um very like entertaining to me. And that's why I feel like, Mongols as a team is extremely entertaining, especially since they're the underdogs. But now e- everyone is like kind of together in BC Game, and BC Game is tier 3 organization, definitely underdog. And then we have Simple and Senzu, all of our favorite players together. So that's why I rooted really hard for them to win. And their performance, it made me very happy.
Prioritizing and making sure that we're going to be healthy, turning the
So
corner
round one is a
into the
Mirage.
major.
Well, one of the things that Apex always says is,
we
our
can
CT
see
side
that
on Mirage is
Simple
really good.
is
It's the best. We're
coming
best
a
in
little
lot
bit
of
back.
things, but our team
Maybe
side,
he
our
might
team side
not
on
be
Mirage sucks.
he's
So,
performing that well.
and they haven't obviously
in
fixed that
Mirage,
because they
but
went
you
on
can
vacation.
still
So
see that
we're gonna see the same level of T side, I imagine, as the last event.
Wow.
But Simple
Great tap from
is off to the
Simple
races.
in the
That's
beginning.
Apex getting domed by the P250.
This is all I care about, really, is Simple having a great game. That's what I want to see. Simple
Yeah. A lot of
both
people
just popping off.
have the same
Senzu's going to get
sentiment
tested,
of,
flying to the
we all want
second time,
Simple
and
to come back.
Senzu's got
Number one
another
in the
opening.
game.
Skrunk
One in his
adds
name,
in, and
number
that's the
one in the
B-bomb
game. You all
site
want him to come
secured.
back.
Oh man, it's just there's a lot of.
Oh, I apologize for the buffering. I apologize. So sorry. Let me get back. Yeah, sorry about that. Might be my internet. I'm so sorry. Well, as I was saying, how the casters were saying, well, we all want Simple to, pop off, that's a lot of people have the same sentiments. You're either on the boat that, well, oh, Simple is still the greatest in the game and he's gonna come back, or you're on the boat that, Simple is a washed-up player, he's not capable of coming back again. And I'm on the boat of, Simple coming back. I mean, Simple is a really hard worker and he spent, many, many, many years getting to the top 1 spot. And I just want him to see him, keep it or at least fight for it. It's just something that I really want to see.
Okay, actually,
Oh, I think it's not me. It's just the videos.
Senzu one is actually
Buffering.
pretty. That's
Yeah,
the first I feel like
it
roster
happened.
change this team made that I was like, okay. Like I don't think it's anything like crazy. I still don't really feel like they're building with like some cohesive team plan and vision that they want. But I don't care. Senzu's that good of a player individually that
Yes,
it just makes
Senzu
it more
is,
interesting. And
showmanship,
he's a
individual
playmaking player, not afraid to like go get stuck
Yeah.
into a fight, not afraid to go try and open up a bomb site. So you have another tool that Simple can play off of, opening up opportunities and avenues for Simple to get involved.
And Senzu filling up his closet right now with a bunch of different
And you see,
jerseys,
everyone's
so
talking
he's having
about
a
BC Game
good
like
time
it's
at the moment,
centered
going
around
around
Simple,
a bunch of
and not
teams
really,
from
but
Mongol
as soon as Simple
passion to now
joined
BC
BC Game, that's
This is
when
the
they got
opener
known.
from
Simple's
Simple.
that
Yep, not
that
much you can do
famous
about
of a
that for
player.
Apex.
And
Yeah,
during
Apex's experience
during
that.
IEM, not IEM, Austin Major, not live viewership when Simple was playing the game was absolutely skyrocketed. And the first game that Simple played, and keep in mind that was like a stage 1, stage 2, so it was not supposed to be a popular game. But that game had over 800,000 viewership, which means that this player is, still very influential in this game.
Many times in his
Yes,
career, so
many,
he'll be
many.
well equipped to forget about that one.
All right, so Vitality going to go for a buy. You're going to get the FAMAS out here for Rops and Mezzi, MP9 for Apex, and the other two, Zawu and Flames on Deagle. So still a chance to be potent in a round like this.
All right,
So
so
BC Game can handle it.
okay, previously in one of my videos, I said / broadcast, I said, well, if one player save, right? If they save, then once you win the pistol round, if one team saves, they can buy the next round. But another option is that they force buy, which means they spend all of their money trying to buy weapons, and then if they lose, they're back to 0 money. And that's risky because, well, you're basically giving up 3 rounds for free. But at the same time, if you do so, you have the chance of upsetting. And pistol round means nothing if you lose the next round. So it's not a terrible play at all. And apparently, you see a FAMAS, a Deagle, a MP9, the Deagle, and the FAMAS, it definitely has less of a chance of winning against 5 Galils. But, it's still possible compared to, 5 pistols. And that's why it is still beneficial to buy on second rounds.
I have a question
And,
for
like,
you,
nothing
Jason.
absolutely- it's
Which
absolutely
vacation group would you rather have been a part of in Vitality? The one that went to Yosemite, the one that went to nice restaurants in New York, or the coaching staff that went to a basketball game in Texas?
Yosemite.
Yeah, that's
Easiest
right.
decision.
They look the best.
Such an easy one. Any day of the week. I wonder if they had a good time. I haven't spoken to them yet.
They looked like they had a good time.
It is always like European players always say they're going to go visit like Vegas and New York and LA. The countryside, the nature side of America is pretty damn.
Where it's at?
It's pretty incredible. So I'm happy to see some of the players get out there for sure.
Touching grass.
It's been a very slow, quiet, chill round. No damage exchange between the two teams, and we're just watching Vitality reassess and readjust towards.
So we have
ramp.
lineups,
So
and
3 players
every pro player knows lineups, and because it helps, utility helps so much. If you have lineups on, targets maybe in heaven, you don't have to check that angle anymore, and that's just so much more helpful and helps you get the advantage by so much. A good flash ping, and they can't shoot back at you, and you can get the kill for free. So utility are the cornerstone of professional Counter-Strike, and that's why every professional player knows some lineups.
Attack up the ramp. You've got Crazy. The BC Game players readjusting towards the A-bomb site. There's the push on Electronic. He stopped cold. Traded by Senzu. And a lot of resistance that they didn't expect.
Yeah, Senzu and Skrunk able to come through together. A combo we never thought we'd see on the server playing together.
Whoa!
Messi and Zywoo send a couple of shots back. Now it's Flames, the back of Triple with one hope still. Simple dives down into the sandwich. That's information passed over towards Mezzi.
He hasn't gotten a kill or anything, so they don't know he's here.
Well, there's the kill, and then Flames' Deagles come out. Simple's dead. Now it's the low HP of Senzu. Can Flames pull it off?
Okay, but BC Game was able to win, but you see that buying has an effect, right? So when they buy, right, they were able to, get some kills with the Deagle, get some kills with the MP9s, and it almost upset this round despite their weapon disadvantage, and they were almost able to upset it. And if they did upset it, what would end up happening is that, the players, they would keep their weapons, and the other team would have to be saving. And you know what saving means? Saving means that they would definitely lose the next one. So that means that the lead will be 2-1. And that means that despite winning the pistol round, they were still at the disadvantage. And that is why it is beneficial to buy on the second round despite, it's still heavily disadvantaged. But, if you save, you're guaranteed to lose 2 rounds. Versus, you might lose the second round. Obviously, it's likely that you lose 3 rounds, but it's just less likely. It's just less likely than the guaranteed 2 losses. So, yeah.
No, Senzu stays committed to the fight.
And Senzu, who just came back, is still a great player. And he's like 18 years old, and he still has it. He's not like Simple, who's pretty old at this age, and he is able to mechanically do pretty well, unlike some players. But at the same time, he's not in his Mongolian only team, and he has to speak kind of English now, which is, I presume, a little bit difficult. Actually, I think he's able to speak Russian, right? Because I feel like most of these players are Russian. I'm not too sure.
Hell yeah, well done, Senzu. Stepping into the jersey. That's a big-time kill right at the end. 12 HP, you miss once, and you're gone. Flames are not able to win the round. 2-0 for BC Game, but that's a very dangerous situation they step into at this A-bomb site. Thought surely this was going to be locked down a little bit earlier. Flamesy couldn't get the kill fast enough to save Mezzi's life, so Senzu's able to mop it up. 2-0. And a timeout called from BC Game.
Wow.
Interesting.
See, they're taking caution here. Even after winning, they turn out.
You would assume, I guess, that they're going to save, but maybe there's something else going on with BC Game that they want to have a chat about before going into this next round. There's somewhat of investment on the Vitality.
Okay, I would save.
We'll see if they sell back, but Apex has picked up an MP9 and armor. Rops has picked
up
5.7 in armor.
I would save if I was Vitality.
So a little bit of resistance being mounted for the Vitality
you're
defense.
Saving in because they're saving.
Game.
I would buy as BC Game because you can easily counter their money by buying.
Next Taz.
It's amazing.
Taz. A lot of Taz's going on over there.
The bald coach battle.
Yeah, you can say that one, Jason. I was leaving that one for you.
Yeah. Just really setting it up, just laying it all out there.
You could have said the Battle of the Tazes. And you went with bald, Jason.
I have the bald
Whoa.
card. ZywOo's going to play Khan, Apex, and Rops in the winter room, boosted up in a ladder. But again,
Okay.
it's only
Good position.
not a whole lot of investment. 2 players with armor, though. So
And Scrugg is
staggering
pushed
some of
up.
the
He's
heavier
trying to
investments,
get,
seeing what that could bring out.
maybe boosted up in the window. Some sort of aggression here to make sure that, the pistols
PC game.
aren't able to.
Called timeout ahead of this one. Really important round coming up here.
And it's very good to actually play very slowly during, rounds when they have pistols, because when they have pistols and you charge in, they're able to maybe kill you and then grab to your guns. So it has less of an effect. But if you get long range kills, you are able to, diminish that effect of them picking up your weapons. But I mean, what I would do is I would push up middle, because most of the time they would, have people on either sites. But if you're in middle, you have less aggression. But what I'm trying to say here is you're trying to minimize the enemy trying to pick up your weapons.
The timeout is the one that makes me scratch my head a little bit. Okay, Molotov forces Rops into the open. He's burned down to 52. His position has been spotted. A bomb site's going to be the finishing move for BCG. 1 minute and 8 seconds on the clock. Electronics already stepped up the ramp.
Oh, Flames.
That volley.
Utility coming in as well to force him out of position out of the wood.
Under.
To play towards the site. Electronic to take him down.
And
Flames
everyone
is
knows
out
that
of that.
one if you play
BC
pro,
game.
because
And the opening kill.
safely required.
Apex held behind triple. And here's some steps coming towards them. And can't deal with anything off the back. It's going to be simple with that kill. Apex going down. Senzu with the one on ZywOo.
Really
against
good hit as
pistol,
well. I mean, that's
it's
kind of an
very
extended,
good
like,
to
slower
use
pacing to
rifles,
the
of
attack.
course.
Rops finds his kill in middle.
Let's see if he can get another one as well. Skrunk's hanging around.
But just staying far back and not stepping into any potential trap, any potential stack whatsoever. And then eventually, the defenders are going to have to make a move, because they feel the pressure of the attack coming in. They're trying to kind of locate exactly where you are. So it's really easy for BC Game to just kind of sit back and wait for those peaks. 3-0 on the T side of Mirage. Then we get the guns out for the Vitality side.
Right. That was a nice shot.
Oh no, that's the AK's gone.
Really
Okay, never mind. They're able
was
to
a
get the
nice
AKs back, which is amazing.
Well, 3-0 start here for BC Game, and finally for Vitality, it will be the purchase. So the AWP coming out here for ZywOo, rifles on the rest. I think, big conversation around Fort Worth was the fact that Vitality very openly talking about how they haven't been practicing, wanting to make sure that they prioritize some rest as they ramp up for the major and, still winning the event. But I think early stages in that tournament, we were casting the first games for Vitality, and Mirage did not look great. ZywOo was missing shots, looking a bit shaky.
It was very rough around the edges. I feel like Rops had...
I apologize for the interruption. So my internet went down for a little bit. But basically what they were talking about is that, Vitality was having a lack of a practice because they wanted to relax before the major. So basically what they're saying is, the major is something that happens twice a year in Counter-Strike. It's the 2 largest tournaments in Counter-Strike, and it's the most important ones. It's kind of like, the one that matters the most, the historical ones. So basically what they say is that they wanted to relax before, and what the result is that they were actually a little bit weaker because they didn't have as much practice in, and they were missing a little bit more shots. So I just want to say that before we continue.
Vitality and Mirage did not look great. ZywOo was missing shots, looking a bit shaky.
It was very rough around the edges. I feel like Rops had mostly a quiet tournament up until later in the playoffs where he kind of came back alive. But yeah, you're seeing some of that for sure. It's just the problem is this team has been beating the other top teams while playing their C game. Simple's going to have another opening kill, and Apex's play through the smoke ain't going to work. One's traded back by Rops, but you're still playing with the disadvantage, and it's going to get even worse.
Wow,
that was a
pixel angle, which means it was a very small angle, and somehow he still hit it, which means he's an amazing player.
Oh, Simple into the top con smoke. He'll tuck himself in the corner. Vitality.
Okay, in this situation, it's hard to say who has the advantage, and it really depends on what ZywOo over here does, because these two are kind of out of the game for now. They're coming through connector, and that means that, depending on if ZywOo goes down or if he's able to hold it down, it means the round.
Just sitting silently, letting ZywOo defend the A bomb site alone. And he'll play here on default. He'll peek out
he
Simple.
Gets the kill.
Down and out, Electronic able to take away Rob. So more pressure on ZywOo. His teammates, his reinforcements no longer really there. But ZywOo has got the cover of the utility inside of the site, so moves to the left side of that smoke. As he does so, Electronic moves around to the bomb site. Scrunk wins the fight as soon as ZywOo peeks into the open. And now you've got Mezzi in a 1v2 as that plant's coming through.
So this is definitely favored
it's
for
so tough to see a world in which Mezzi can win
BC
this round.
Games,
He's got no kit on his back.
If he catches them across,
a single chance
he can
here to
definitely
Mezzi.
If he gets one kill through
his
a
attention
peek,
will be drawn over there.
somebody peeks, they might lose.
Ticket box. And time will take on, but it will be 4 in a row here.
So they're playing the smart game by not peeking.
There's the step from
by
Mezzi
hiding is the right
play. And then Electronic to peek out. Mezzi knows what he's up against, but can't do anything to change the outcome of the round two. He's just going to try and slip away. He's got a kill, but he's taking damage.
Tries to save.
He'll try and jump out that window to safety to carry his weapon over. Electronic will pick up the AWP.
So Electronic picks up the AWP because, you guys don't know this, but compared to AK, which cost $2,700, the AWP costs $4,700. And the reason people still buy it is because it's very powerful. And one shot to the body is very important considering the fact that it's basically a free kill if somebody comes into your angle. And that's why it's very important to have an AWP. And we're going to see what that means.
Have that available for Simple in the next round here.
Nope. Never mind.
No, he will not. Bomb does catch Electronic, so he will not have the AWP available to Simple. But you could purchase it if you would like.
Love that play from Scrunk and Electronic in the 2v2. Kind of a 2v1 in a way at the A bomb site in that particular moment. Here's the openings, but ZywOo drops that smoke between the two bomb site boxes to give himself some safety. Scrunk stays planted at the stairs here and allows Electronic. He's kind of a pivot point as Electronic makes the move to flush ZywOo into the open, into the waiting arms of Scrunk. 4-0. 4 rounds in a row to start this opening map of the series for BC Game.
Yeah, you're loving this start of your BC Game. And that was a round that had the AWP for ZywOo, right?
So he shoots the smoke, not because he wants to do damage, and that's why he uses his pistol and stuff. But it's because he wants to see from the smoke. And the reason why he uses his pistol is, I believe, it's because it's a silent pistol, and therefore you're unable to hear it unless you're getting directly shot at.
And you've gotten rid of that. No one playing with the AWP in this round.
Had good impact with it too. I think 2 kills for ZywOo on the AWP previously, able to overcome that kind of an issue. Now we're rolling. Simple Electronic in the underpass. Scrunk and Senzu top mid. Crazy waiting outside the A bomb site.
Again, we have lineups, and it's important to line up on window because that's where people peek out. And I have no clue what he's doing.
Lovely nade from Apex. Bringing Electronic and Simple down to just about half HP, just above it. It's about the only action we have in the early going, just passing the 1 minute mark left in round 5. And Crazy's going to pick up the bomb, and it looks like BC Game want to head towards the B bomb site. Haven't tested it yet in this half. This will be the first time Mezzi gets a glimpse of what's coming his direction. And Apex slides over to shore up this defense, make it even a little bit stronger.
Smoke lineup.
Mezzi taking the first fight. Somebody goes for him, goes back. A 3rd kill from Mezzi. Just destroys BC Game's attempt. The bomb now spills to the floor in the apartment. Simple also caught. And Mezzi's taking everybody away, leaving Senzu top mid boxes. So no chance getting through there. The B bomb site is closed.
I don't even think anyone from BC Game fired back. Which means I don't think I heard an AK-47 take a shot in that round. Just completely dominated. I'll tell you what, too, that has some long-term consequences. Like, what's your motivation now to call a play back towards the B bomb site again? When Mezzi just kind of wrecks you. Like Apex was there, never had to see him. Mezzi just gets 4 kills all on his own. So I think, if you're a B anchor defender, you're super happy that you just had that kind of a performance, because now you're like, all right, it's going to be a bit before they decide to come back to the B side.
You get to chill, sit back a little bit.
It's not going to be that direct at me ever again. Molotov's in, turns from 1 flashbang. Other flash is not layered well enough to clear him out of the position, but yeah, nobody fights back.
And then he just obviously peeks up for the final kill there too. and takes everybody away. So you can see the damage that's inflicted upon BC Games' economy as well, right? You've got an AK here for Senzu, Khalil for Crazy, but the rest are on pistols. So a real chance now for Vitality to get some control of this first half. Start clawing away at this 4-round lead that BC Game had built up for themselves.
Okay, now you kind of see the dynamic between these two teams. We have Vitality, which is, you know, the best team, and BC Game, which is a tier 3 organization. Well, I'm gonna skip over to the next game because, well, frankly, I don't think there's anything interesting anymore in this game. And I just wanted to explain in this game, and I just want you to see what happens in Dust 2. So I'm just gonna skip forward.
7-1
Together to win a round they really shouldn't have.
I mean, those rounds just like losing rounds like that just compound, right? This great strength of Vitality is like being able to win so many rounds in a variety of different ways. That's a 3. This happened, but it's here on Dust. We drop here the frustration towards the end of the clip as well.
We get started.
It's just, how has this happened? How did we drop the ball quite like this one? So BC Game's gonna have to line back up and try again, but it's here on Dust 2. And as Yanko is highlighting, when Vitality bring out Dust 2, they mean business. Looking to close this series in 2 maps. Simple's gonna be aggressive with dualies. I'll have a chance at Rocks and Flames going up in towards Upper Dark.
Yeah, Simple wanting to get in a fight. Sees Flames towards the top of the tunnels. It's going to try and combine with this push forward from Senzu.
Oh!
Being dealt with by both
Okay.
and
Good
Flames.
trade.
Crazy ends up getting 2 kills out here, but here's the reaction from Vitality. They wait with a bomb around the long corner. That tunnels fight goes down, then they send players forward, but they
So that's
die at the
what's called a headshot angle, right? So you can only... It's only his head is visible.
Game for the time being.
Yeah, Apex is going to force his way up short. So a little bit awkward. Electronic might be out in the open. Mezzi's calling out the information. Apex is able to turn the corner and fight both in the bomb sites. And now it's Mezzi's turn to be aggressive. These are hard shots with the Glock.
Yeah, Apex not connecting any of his either. There's Crazy adding another one in this pistol round. So 3 from Crazy, 2 from Electronic, and a pistol round for BC Game.
Yeah, you know, and for BC Game to come out on top of that pistol is quite nice, especially considering that trap they set in the upper tunnels towards the B bomb site. The fact that Vitality get away with 2 kills here is actually kind of wild.
Yeah.
Like, that felt like maybe 1 if you're lucky. The fact they get 2 almost felt in a way like they took a
Yeah, that's called a crossfire. Which a crossfire is where you shoot from both directions. And it's basically impossible to deal with it against that, but they got lucky.
Able to take the pistol. This is how Mirage began. Remember, they extended this into the 4-round lead, so we'll see what they can do here.
Well, Apex taking the scout for a spin. Most of his teammates on pistols. Let's see if he can get a few tags, soften them up. Vitality send the resources up through short.
I think the fact that they're getting such a clean runway is like, we no longer care about going for picks. You know, like, we're here. We have everyone up short. We've made no noise. Nobody spotted us. We've had no contact. Let's just go.
See if you can catch Simple. Chance was there for a second, but Simple comes in. Starting to sweep them up. He actually did take some damage, though, through the box. He's down to 41 health.
So I think what the play was there was...
Getting 2.
Okay, so the play there was Apex was trying to soften them up, and then there was people following him because they wanted to grab his weapon after he dies. So they're kind of rotating the weapon. And the reason why, well, you saw Mezzi just trying to spin around, trying to plant the bomb, is that when you plant, you get $300 extra, and when that happens, you gain a sort of a little advantage.
Did make his head difficult to land shots on as he's trying to get away with the bomb plant, and that'll end up being a 2-0 lead for BC Game.
Yeah, well done from Simple. Triple kill in the round as well, spraying them down as they come off catwalk. Nice easy ones against unarmored opponents, but dodging the scout damage for the most part. Got a little bit of a tech issue, it looks like, inside the server, so we'll get that back underway very, very shortly. It does look even more ludicrous than that.
It does look so ridiculous. Oh, that's a GIF as well. Yeah,
oh, yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect, man. We can use that so many different ways.
It's got layers.
I'm not going to comment on that.
Well, 2-0. Looks like headset's coming back on. Going to be a buy up in this next round for Vitality.
Yeah, we see Taz walking as the coach behind BC Game, who almost 10 years ago played the major final here in Atlanta against Astralis, who went on to be the greatest team of all time. That Astralis team, eventually, after Kirby left, they brought in Magisk, but now we've got a new team replacing them, Vitality, on the server.
Yeah. That's where it all began.
Yeah.
Astralis, isn't it? Yeah. That was a devastating loss to take in a grand final of a major from Tassis.
Yeah. If you guys don't know what he's talking about, it's The Shawless era was one of the greatest eras in Counter-Strike history. They were the one that started using the lineups for mollies and the utility, but now it's changed because, as they say, we got someone replacing them, and they mean Vitality, which is now basically the reigning champion at this moment.
Australis is great, but that was a rough one to lose.
Yeah, I talked to Snacks. It's still very present in his mind.
I would imagine so.
I just said, at least Train isn't in the map pool anymore, so you won't have to deal with those A rushes.
Okay, really pouring salt into it. 10-year-old wound.
More of a scar now. Well, ZywOo, here we are. And this is a big problem last week in Fort Worth. Wasn't landing the door smoke, but ZywOo has perfected it now.
Nails it. We love that. Over towards long.
Wow, so that was a pixel
Mezzi and
angle
Flamesy looking to turn the corner out the double
for
door.
the lineup.
Close up to defend
So.
with an MP9. Apex with utility to activate this play. Pick up the bomb afterwards, and if the potential is there, if they get this kill, they can convert this into a split on the A bomb site very quick. Great 1-for-1 from Scrunk. Flamesy has found his step out.
It's called an off angle because your opponents won't expect you to be there. So.
Well, utility
It's very
gonna go
good
around that
too.
long corner, but Simple. Oh, it's about the timing on the
Oh.
peak, and it's worked out very well for Simple. He'll drop out a defensive
Safety
smoke
smoke.
as well to
Yep.
keep himself alive.
Interesting situation, though. Apex is alone at long with the bomb, so he's going to back away. Rops kind of converts over to the B bomb site, but he's got knife out. He's assuming everyone has rotated. He is incorrect. So this round is just going to kind of fade away. ZywOo's next up, the only one who can turn the tides of round 3. This round gets away from Vitality. Think a couple of the early losses, and then it just kind of falls into these 1v1s as everyone tries to find the magic, a play that can bring this round back under contention. Apex hoping he can at least get a bomb plant, and it's there. It's possible for him.
Nope.
Yeah, securing it, and Crazy gonna go ahead and take
Again,
it away.
they try to plant the bomb because it gives you money.
3-0.
Yeah, great start here for BC Game, but we've seen that on Mirage.
And the
We've seen
reason
how
why you
quickly
see
it
them
can-
taking the AK because
And you
it's
still have a situation. I mean,
it's
Mezzi's
one
got
tap
0
to the
kills, so
head,
does ZywOo and
which
Apex. You got 3 players who
gives you an
have a frag hit
advantage
on the
in
Vitality
the
side.
short fights
No big
that
deal. We'll see when they start heating up.
occurs.
But good job from BC Games so far. Once again, doing everything you can to at least get started on the right foot. Build up as much momentum, as much of a lead as you can, because you know that push from Vitality is coming at some point. Electronics having a good start to this map. I feel like we haven't had to talk about him a whole lot since he entered the BC Game roster. Obviously, exciting move when he's brought in. Another big name and longtime right-hand man of Simple on the Navi days, brought back
Yeah.
onto his team. So a lot of reasons to be
Electronic
excited, but I
was-
feel like it's been
used
a
to
little
be
bit
on
quiet,
Navi
a little
with
bit muted
Simple,
from
so.
Electronics since he put on the jersey.
I think that was expected, though, just for the way Electronic has been in his last few teams. VP did nothing. Flames coming out with the Tech 9. It's Scrunk who's dead. Simple does get a response. ZywOo trying to connect on the cross, but he can't do much about
The
it.
scout
Bomb
is
spills to the top of the pit. Simple connected
only
towards
one to the
Apex.
head.
Simple's got a little bit of attitude to open up this map as well. 6-1,
So
but he's happy to step into some fights.
But it
He's
does
doing a whole
soften
lot
you up,
leading from the front kind of thing.
Pretty much.
Senzu brought low, so is Rops, but the AK can't
Whoa.
connect the killing blow. It's Crazy to clean it up. Mezzi and ZywOo out at long. Scout and M4 in their hands. 2 versus 3, and he sees the gun barrel.
He's just going to try and seize the chance now, not wanting to ring that shot
So
off.
what he can actually
think
do is
Electronic
wall
Making
bang,
so
which
much
means shoot
closer
through
here
the
as
box.
well. Look at
but
this, Mezzi.
he doesn't
Down
want to
below,
risk it.
Electronic able to react fast enough, but the damage was done, and so finished off by one shot from ZywOo. Now he goes up against Simple, and he wins it on the rifle. So it will be a 4-0 start for BC Game. Gets a little scary at some points throughout that round.
A little bit damaging, but there's plenty of money on the BC game side to replenish those. Simple ends that round with $11,000 in the bank. You have to imagine the AWP is going to be coming out for him, and indeed it will. Opening kill provided by Flamesy with the Tech 9, but no progress really from there. That M4 gets the dink, but can't complete the kill. So we head into round 5. Full buy for both sides. AWP on ZywOo's hands, same in Simple's hands. And ZywOo's got a tag on the cross. Senzu brought low.
Yeah, so that's a wall bang through the door, which means he shoots through the box, which does less damage, but it does damage, so it's still beneficial if it hits.
Electronic's trapped here.
Oh.
there's nothing to do. The smoke is up, which is nice.
Well, Zaiwu sending a shot through towards Simple. And there's going to be an opening frag here for Vitality. A lot of damage done to the BC Game players as well. So Electronic keeps his head down behind Car, but Utility's coming. That's going to force him back, and he doesn't have the health to really tank the Flames and stand in it. And speaking of Flames, there he is. So that's Senzu and Crazy. 2v5, not going to win this one. Vitality will get their first round of the board here of Dust 2.
Kind of curious if Zaiwu spotted Simple and killed him through the smoke, or if it was maybe just around the edge, if something was broken open, but it might have just been a blind shot as well, which could be frustrating. Either way, take long control. I mean, that's just textbook. Long control and slowly progress with Utility. Rops is going to trap the last player in towards middle, been spotted as well. So Crazy, not really a chance to bring that weapon into the next round. 4-1, Vitality is on the board for the first time here on Dust 2. A long extended play towards long A, and BC Game brought everyone over. 4 players at various points at that.
So the strategy that round was they slowly inched up A by throwing Utility into Car, which
him over the top, just clips him through the edge of the smoke.
Slowly, like, allows him to gain space
and that secures control of long. Then Electronic is a sitting duck behind
Electronic,
that car.
which is
timeout taken from BC Game. Again, plenty of money to buy up in this next. It's going to start running low. Simple's got 6,800. Senzu's picked up an AWP. So you have to imagine double up setup is potentially the call that they're switching into right now. Vitality, they're going to look to build upon that round victory. All the utility in the world, cash behind them as well. And they will be going up against the double op defense now.
Double op defense is unpredictable because when players play, they feel like there's only going to be one off. So once the off shoots, they will rotate towards the other side. And therefore, if they go towards the other side, unexpecting another off, that's a free kill.
5-on-4, Apex is going to follow it up. Happy to take the risk and step through the smoke. He's already got great positioning on short. Oh, that's a huge amount of damage to find onto Senzu.
Okay,
Apex
so
is going to be telling him, just jump up Xbox, come on over. I'm here, I'm chilling, I'm ready to party.
Yeah, they just took Senzu out as well with the grenade, so Simple, pressure's on you, sees the shadow. Knows one player should know. One player's dropped down, but doesn't communicate it to Apex, able to get away with it. Simple reacts, takes Apex down, but Crazy's got a hole, and he just gets the one. Zaiwu nails him. And now it's Simple in a 1v2, having to switch out to the rifle, and they know where he is, so they can move into that B bomb site so confidently.
And Mezzi's not going to want to stick around because he doesn't have the smoke to replenish and CT spawn, so he'll join up with Zaiwu at the B bomb site. Simple obviously can go for this 1v2. He's got a kit. With the money the way it is, it looks like he's going to prioritize picking up the AWP and bringing that forward into the next round.
Yeah, that expensive decision for a double AWP setup has not paid off at all there for BC Game. Senzu misses a shot, takes damage, and then the grenade follows through.
This is what this round is like, a good showing of like what makes Vitality so dangerous though, right? Like Simple gets the pick towards lower on Flamesy. Apex is coming up short, and he's kind of taken the educated risk and the gamble that, you know, an AWP in that kind of position with that boost, they take the shot, they break up that position, they fall off, and they reposition elsewhere, either towards long or the AWP transitions to CT spawn. So Apex takes the risk of coming through that smoke and just being aggressive up solo. But once he gains that on his own, it's such a pressure point. Like, it feels like a catwalk hit when he's kind of swinging off. You get that first fight against the player in the A bomb site. He's got to tuck down into cover. He doesn't know it's actually happening, but it feels to him like it's an A hit. And this is what's so dangerous. Is it's
even
kind
though
of like
normally that's not an
it's improvised at this point. It's like Apex
but it is
pretty common off his educated guess. But there's no real commitment, and Vitality then kind of notice everyone's shifting over, everyone's sliding over, everyone's in the open for us to fight middle, and it's just sort of improvised in the moment, but extremely effective.
And now you can see why I wanted to save the AWP, because there's nothing else, right? So it has to be the AWP.
That's called a jump peak, which he's trying to take
probably a higher percentage
just a little bit,
having the off here than it would have been in the 1v2 retaking the B bomb site at that stage.
Let's see what Simple can do here.
And Simple's the only one with an
up short control,
while everybody else
all the way up. Apex is Zaiwu in behind him, and they might just continue to march forward into this A site where there's no one really there to defend. Could be another safe call for Simple because he's on the B bomb site.
Has to be. Even keep Electronic with them as well to keep some spacing and some defense for the alt.
So they're all short, which means they're
Vitality
about
is
to
going to work their
advance
way
toward
in.
the...
Flamesy and Apex, the only two. They're going to call it clear. I imagine we're going to see Mezzy, ZywOo, and Rops join up with them up short. Very, very shortly. So Electronic and Crazy are here. There goes Electronic. Just a USP at the rail. 4-3. Vitality continuing to close the gap.
Yeah, this seems like it's over.
Apex jumping down. ZywOo actually is the one to get that kill. And Simple has to make sure he doesn't expose himself to being taken down here by any Vitality players. But 4-3. And once again, very similar to Mirage, right? You get that 4-0 lead.
What was that run boost?
Pointless as well.
Did he like call it off? He was
It's
like,
actually, nah.
JK.
Let's cancel that one.
So jump boost is when
Yeah,
you
the
jump.
4-0 lead.
yeah.
And
It's
then you
getting
boost
carved
your
away at
teammate,
pretty
and you
quickly.
go
It really
very
is.
fast when that happens. So it's for momentum purposes. And
I mean, we'll just bring it up this one last time. Exactly how Mirage began. 4-0 for BC game. And then at this point, this is where Vitality started their run for a 7-1 to close out the half with a 7-5 lead.
yeah.
See how this one plays out on Dust 2. Does Apex really want to go get this Deagle? Yes, he does, but he won't.
Okay. Eyebrows.
Very expressive eyebrows, aren't they? Yeah.
Very expressive.
4-3 going into round 8. And now surrounding that AWP that's been saved for a couple rounds straight are all the M4s coming back in. Kits on Electronic and Simple.
Yeah, I don't know why he would risk his AK
guess
for
that's what the eyebrows are
Eagle, but he attempts
Crazy
to
gets tagged on the cross. Second tag for ZywOo to open up a round of Dust 2. He's nasty at those tags. And I think he's probably the most consistent of the Alpers that I catch. Maybe Woxic from time to time can match him.
Yeah, Woxic does have an
He's good at that cross shot, isn't he?
Even with the scout, feels like.
He throws a grenade to break the smoke, and
Breaking
they expect
the
it.
smoke.
They expect it.
Just a little spot there for Simple.
I mean, he had the right read. Or he has the right read, I should say. Oh, Crazy's dead.
Boop.
Oh,
Right to
they
his
threw
face.
us. It's a
Now
common
Simple has to
spot,
be
so
pulled back
they
into
throw
the
the grenade
site.
that way.
And this weakens the setup between him and Senzu. And Senzu's been flashed, forced back into a CT spawn, desperately tossing out utility, trying to slow them down. Senzu going into the fight, sending himself forward, loses it, can't get his crosshair in the right spot. Simple can though, goes again, even better on the second time of Aski, but it's Simple throwing everything, and Simple standing up alone on this B-bomb site. 2 players left, ZywOo and Mezzy. Simple
Almost hits
blinded,
that
dealt
too,
with
okay.
by Mezzy.
So that's
and
why
ZywOo
utility
now
is so
takes up
important.
position
Because
inside
you
of the
can
B
cut
site.
through,
Simple is giving
you know,
you a
the
chance,
off and
BC game.
get
Can you do anything with it?
Yeah, there's the kit picked up. Skrunk and Electronic
Places,
going to have to
so
work this out.
it's
No
really
flashes, just one
important.
Molotov, and they come in early.
Oh,
We're making the most of it, but there's Mezzy under the window. So reliable for Vitality, and once again, it's Merriman to stand up, and that is another round for Team Vitality, and a tie game once more. Simple doing everything he can, but even that is not enough.
Mezzy is just such a reliable insurance policy in the back pocket of Vitality. Whenever he's needed, it feels like he's there for the clutch. He's there for the impact kills in these 2v2s. This is beautiful from Simple. Glimpses of the greatness. A lovely shot under Rops, but man, hard to contain everything, and you could see him trying to do everything that round, and now ZywOo's opened up with a kill on the cross as well.
Yeah, there we go. That's
so
more
he
than a tag.
tagged
Yeah,
him
2
through
tags
the
and a
kill,
kill
which
so
means
far
it's
here
like
in 9
he
rounds
got a
of play.
headshot through the wall, or he, yeah. So basically, it's very advantage to have that.
And that was the jump up, and no chance.
So ZywOo's very
unfortunate
consistent
start
at
here
that.
for BC game. Got to play a 4v5.
Yeah, that's why people
I mean,
throw grenades or smokes
Statistically,
through
right? Like
the
1/3
center
of the rounds you've
it's
played
like-
on Dust 2, you start
it
with the disadvantage of the
disrupts
tag
the
down to
vision.
20 HP,
You
or
can
this
safely
time a kill.
cross.
It's kind of brutal.
Yeah, and now you've got one AWP, right? At least it's in Simple's hands, and then pistols around it. So very likely to see the lead being taken here for Team Vitality.
Okay, so we
Yeah,
have
they're
another
stacked up at
lineup.
the B-bomb site. That's the correct read yet again. Rops, Apex, and Flamesy. ZywOo's got utility to check out. Mezzy's going to be lurking over in middle.
Okay, so we have
Because it's a
lineups.
save round, I don't think any attention is going to get pulled. Senzu and Electronic and Simple are just going to be happy to play the B-bomb site and see what happens.
Simple, line away, strikes on
Oh.
Flames, 5-7 in. Oh, Simple's got another one, just Apex and Simple's cleaning up. So the AWP back-to-back triples on that B-bomb site, and finally,
So
they've been able to make something of the Simple AWP.
Talk about a one-man army right now. 15-3 for Simple, doing so much across the map. Came into this with an attitude right out of the gate on Dust 2.
I'll tell you, we know, obviously Simple's going to be frustrated. We
So
heard it in the
it's like a
comms
choke
in that
point
first
in
map,
the-
right, when they lose that Glock round.
Choke point.
You know, I walked out of the casting booth and I just see him walking around with that same face, you know, oh, that competitive nature. Yes, you're going up against the #1 team. You're going to be pissed off that you just got banged out of the server
So
like
that
that.
was-
So
that was
Simple's
very
come in with
good,
some
very
attitude,
good
as you
round.
said, and he's really trying to
Big
do
changes.
everything possible to give BC Game a chance here. And so far, it's been enjoyable to watch, but it's only been enough for a round. On this
Look at his
AWP,
KD right now,
we got
53.
Senzu
That's
back
what I was
on the
talking about.
secondary
This is what
sniper,
makes me
was
so
unable to
happy.
do anything with it earlier. He's missed his shot this time, which is giving up the space here for Vitality to move through the doors.
Simple's going to break that smoke pretty early, just making sure it's clear. Senzu still has eyes over from window. And after that break, Vitality's going to step up into the space. Crazy at the back of platform, Senzu at window with the AWP. Oh.
All right, I'm loving this right now. We talk about the cliche of Dust 2 being an AWPer's paradise. We're getting ZywOo and Simple showing us some great shots on the AWP. It's exactly what we wanted from this game. We're seeing these two players display their skills. And there's ZywOo ripping the head off Crazy. Apex drops Simple, so he can't change the outcome of this round, and that's it. Picked up for Vitality. A tie game again, 5 apiece into the B-bomb side.
Yeah, so many different kinds of rounds played here from Vitality. Given time for the picks from ZywOo's AWP, he grabs you 2. You have Apex set up as a lurk, and he's able to grab Simple.
So honestly,
Brutal the
there's
way
not much
Vitality is able to
commentary
flow into
on
a
how
different
the team
style
BC
of
game
Counter-Strike
is
from round to round.
compared to Vitality,
again,
who has
things up at
perfect
5.
utility lineups. They have very little good utility usage, and what I want to highlight is Simple.
I'll say this too.
Is basically like
just
a
to build up
one-man
the
army
Simple
right
point we
now.
were touching
He's
on in the last round of him coming in with
performing
that attitude,
very well by
15-4,
himself.
playing really, really well. This is the kind of like Simple I enjoy seeing the most. Is like we don't see him at events all that often. You and I were chit-chatting before this map went live. Both of us kind of ran into him just walking through the hall between maps. He did look angry, but the response I like seeing is like the Simple who comes in angry and is like, fine, I'll do everything.
Yes.
That's very Simple-esque. And that's a trait that I feel like I haven't
So
seen
back
as
in
much since his
2020-ish,
comeback began towards last year.
Simple
And it's good to
was
see him actually
like
live up to
him.
it. Too.
He
Like, I'm sure he has that
absolutely
mentality a lot of times,
demolished
but
every single
not
game,
necessarily
but his
always
team
able to back it
didn't
up
do
the same
much.
way he
So
used
it's
to
kind of
do,
like
but
the same dynamic
good
here.
to see him put a performance in here. Just unfortunate to see no one else really doing it either. I mean, we talked about Electronic having a strong start to the map. I think you highlighted he was 6-2 at that point when you
I think it was 5-0.
Okay, so now he's 6-5. So
yeah.
Either way, slowed down significantly. And BC Game burning through a timeout here. Trying to get any way to squeeze an extra round out at least in this first half.
Well, also, I mean, the frustration of, like, it happened on Mirage, now potentially on Dust 2, of getting that good start and then not being able to convert that into, you know, a lead at halftime, not being able to convert that at least to a tie game, right? Like, you're getting the best start possible on 2 maps, and both of them you might go into halftime with Vitality having a lead, so that's frustrating. That's kind of annoying to deal with. Thankfully for them, BC Game, they've got money built up as well in this round, so if they
Yeah,
were to lose
so
it, they've
there's
got,
the
they've
need I
got
was talking about.
resources for the final round
They're
of
the
the
need
half.
to disrupt the vision.
Electronic need to be careful running into the open like that. Luckily, Senzu was there to protect him and take Apex down. So an opening kill for BC Game. Simple being boosted to try and spot into the lower tunnels. Flames is on the other side of the boxes, but shot a ring out, no kill though.
Get opening, Electronic being the distraction, as you mentioned, with Senzu off short, and then you set up the boost after the fact. So a couple little pieces of trickery thrown in by BC Game in round 11. 5-on-4. Vitality yet to make a move. Heavy B emphasis, it feels, in the last 3 rounds.
Yeah.
For the most part, Apex has been the guy, the commander, kind of taking space and controlling and leading from the front, especially towards the A-bomb site, especially in the plays they've had coming up
Apex
short.
is different from the
no
other
longer have that kind of
IGL.
commander leading the way for you.
He always is very aggressive. And, you know, he gets kills, kind of like an entry IGL. Kind of like Flamesy, who's the entry.
45 seconds left in the round. Team Vitality getting ready. What looks to be an A play. We got Flames with his util. Ready to go. Simple. Blinded. Held back. As he steps away, Flames and Mezzi step forward towards the A bomb site. They're right above his crosshair. Simple trying to ready himself, reacts fast enough, figures out where Flames is just in the nick of time, but a grenade comes to find him, and it's thrown by ZywOo. Mezzi's in the site, Senzu's fighting on, and now Rop's out mid-door, taking Crazy away, putting Senzu in the 1v2 clutch. ZywOo keeps his head pinned behind the box, not revealing himself just yet, allowing Senzu to step ever closer into the waiting arms of Rops, who will collect the information. ZywOo goes to peek out. Senzu's ready for that next fight, but ZywOo's just so elusive, not letting him have a single chance at this.
Yeah, he's
and so
they're trying to save,
Rops and ZywOo
you
to
know,
make sure that
not
round never becomes
try
a
to
possibility.
make it a 1v2.
So many
like not trying to make it a
so
1v1.
many, like, plan Bs
they're not
for
trying to give it up.
Vitality. You
So
know, like the drop
they
down
play
from
really
Flamesy
safe.
is sick to take out Simple playing behind the rail. The fact that Simple gets that kill is even crazier, but there's no panic from Vitality. It's like, oh, okay, ZywOo has a nade. We'll just chuck it into the position. You know, he's holding for the peak. It doesn't come. Flamesy drops. Kill comes in. Here's the nade that we don't see, but it does blow Simple up eventually.
And now, last round of the half. Vitality looking to try and leave the half with a lead. ZywOo versus Simple in the off battle in middle. And it's going to be Simple who takes the tag, but neither player going down. And ZywOo just goes back, throws the smoke, and I'll reset to go over towards the tunnels of his teammates.
What a lineup! Wow.
Senzu to defend back of the bomb site. Crazy with an MP9 close up on the first boxes. The last smoke those B defenders will have, but 4 members of Vitality are stalled out by that piece of utility, so well timed from the defense. Turns the onus over to Flamesy over in middle. Molotov close doors, CT spawn smoke, start establishing presence, start making the mid to B split feel very dangerous for BC Game. One more smoke picked up.
All right, Chris sees MP9. Here they go, stepping in towards
The MP9 is
and they're gonna
SMG,
clear him
which
out
means
very
it's good for
quickly after that.
close.
So Rops and ZywOo filter into the
Okay,
B
so
side.
B is really hard to
Last round of the
retake.
half, so we'll see Electronic Simple
It's gonna be a little bit.
attempt this.
Oh!
Simple actually hit that shot on the cross. Oh, nice kill from Electronic, keeps this dream somewhat alive.
Okay, well, the fast flank as well. Where does ZywOo position with the AWP? Gonna drop it
Okay.
M4 just in case he needs to,
So,
to hot
yeah.
swap in the middle of an engagement.
Exactly.
Car back plat. And the bomb site for ZywOo.
No nades, no kit. This is going to be really tough.
It's going to be very
Even
difficult
Steel
because
World
you
and
can
BC Game
hide.
get this, but Apex
Oh.
pops his head up. So
You
there's
can
the first
hide
kill. Now
very
pressure's on
easily,
Rops, but
which
ZywOo and
means
Rops
that you
cleaning him
can-
up. It's got to be Electronic, and some great shots to
Okay,
come
okay,
back in on the
but
retake.
it would be
secure an
hard to
extra
clear
round
the
here for
position.
BC
That's
Game.
how it worked
He
out.
gets himself on the defuse, and BC Game, it's going to be close right down to the wire for the defuse at the half, and he's just about got it. So pulls it through. BC Game, a tie game. Is it enough to remain competitive?
Alright, short intermission. Simple has made himself, you know, he's starting to hit a little bit more shots, so he's getting into like his comfort zone. Kind of like how his clips used before were, because he was usually crazy at hitting those shots. But like he kind of lost his touch a little bit before, you know, FaZe came in. And it's just what I like to see, that Simple's kind of coming back in. Yeah. Alright, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm gonna go get some water.
Well, we've gone back in time just a little bit. Simple with 16 kills, 6 deaths. Next closest teammate, Electronic, on 9 kills. He's in hard carry mode, but unfortunately that means his team is only barely keeping pace with Vitality. Tied up 6-6 after a good start, a comeback from Vitality. And now we see if Simple and BC Game can force us to a third map of
I just want to say
but
that,
that's going to require someone else
a
in this
team is
stepping up
more
to stand
than
next
just
to him
its
in this fight.
players. And you might have players like, well, Simple, who used to be good, and ZywOo, who used to be good, but that doesn't mean that they'll be good together. Because, you know, ZywOo is from a Mongolian-only team before this called the Mongols, and Simple used to be in a Ukrainian-only team called Nonsense Star, or Nazi. So I'm curious to see how compatible they are. And if you see it, Simple right now, he's kind of like me against the world right now, being 19-6, while his team is not doing that great.
Yeah, that setup just a little bit disjointed. Obviously, the opening kill coming out at long, but a lot of the attention of that defense was taken towards short when they felt the fast play coming. So even the flashes were good. I think a little bit of that is pulled apart and disorganized when it eventually does come in. Apex in a situation where he chucks out the flashes, but he's getting pushed from short as well. He gives his life to get those flashes, and unfortunately, Simple comes out on top of the fights. 19 kills now on Simple here on Dust 2.
Yeah, Simple and ZywOo dueling in middle. And it's going to be Scrunk taking the first tag, though. Grenade lands on him as well, dropping him to 6 HP. And look at the damage done here to Electronic.
Look at the damage done to
Flashes over the smoke.
Crazy's tagged up a little bit. Skrunk's brought very, very low. All 5 players at long as well. There's no one keeping.
So you usually want to peek mid
whatsoever.
with Scout,
as soon as
because
Vitality
you want to
feel
see
like they
who
can kind
crosses, and you want to see how weak
they're gonna have all the information on the map. For the moment, Rops just staying
or you can also get
passive
some
with the
tags
piece of utility. Good tag onto Mezzy, who's now gonna have to be passive.
So once you're low, you're forced to play passive. One tag and you'll be, you know, dead. So.
Took another shot too. Mezzy actually lost a little bit of health from that, so
whoa,
sitting at 13 HP now. Flames not wanting to step out too far. He's got utility coming to help him. That's certainly balling in, but Mezzy has been taken down. Finally finished off by Simple. Scout.
Wow,
Flames
you see,
actually got away
this is what I mean
with
by Vitality has great.
And he got away. He's still alive.
Yeah, what the hell? How is he still living? No one able to take him down through the smoke in any kind of rebuttal, but he's got no support. Look how panicked he is because everyone can be coming up over the top of him. Simple finally shuts him down, and that should be the round. That should be the danger kind of shoved to the side.
Yeah.
I mean, Simple getting
you see that utility over there? Flash, well, you see them how the models had their hands above their eyes. That means they're flash.
They are getting the good starts in both halves here, so that
utility
really has to be a win
important
condition for BC Game. I mean, we bring it back to what the desk were saying and what we always say about Vitality on Dust 2, and it's such a good team on this. And we only lost it. They lost that streak back in Fort Worth in their opening game versus Foot with the coach, but that was, you know, obviously that's definitely an outlier. But this is starting to get pretty scary now. BC Game, it's 6 up. We'll wait until the guns come out before we get properly concerned, but it's good to see BC Game hanging in there.
Yeah, I mean it is. I mean, you have this performance out of Simple that's carrying you through this stretch where the other 4 players are relatively quiet, but I think that's only going to last so long, right? At some point, as we see from Vitality, no matter how the half starts, they're going to have a comeback in it. If you don't have someone else delivering with Simple, it's just going to be so exponentially difficult.
There goes ZywOo.
Looking towards the new addition of Senzu to be someone to step up in that kind of a scenario.
That's
what he's brought here for was to provide that extra fragging power next to Simple.
Sorry about that.
Rock splitting with a 5-7, challenging Senzu. A very play you mentioned. Getting taken down by Pistol, having to be traded by Electronic.
So for Pistols, like how they're stacking on the A
control
right
of
now.
middle, control of lower and upper due to Electronic's position.
No one's seen this.
When they push,
no one's watching. You know, you're good.
You can get their weapons, and that's very beneficial if you only have pistols.
3 defenders at this A bomb site, though. If they don't clear Mezzy at car, they've got 2 Molotovs on Scrunk and Crazy to do it. But they'll take the risk.
Oh,
Messi. Deagle cracks the first call going again. Okay, he's under a lot of pressure once that flash fades away, but he's done so much work with those first 2 Deagle kills. Simple now forced away. And this is one of those heartbreaking moments, isn't it, where BC Game are on their way, getting into a comfortable position at the start of the second half, and then suddenly Vitality on the weaker weapons coming out on top. Unless Electronic and Simple can piece this one together in the final 30 seconds. Bomb is held back at long. Simple's got the kill on Mezzi, but you need Electronic to now step in, or do you? As Simple with the headshot, the ZywOo flank was always coming in around the back. Electronic needed to move a little bit earlier to make that happen, and Vitality can celebrate an unlikely round victory.
I'd agree with you that it's a heartbreak round, but it's hard to feel, it's hard to have that empathy when you have 2 Molotovs out towards long, none of them go towards Car. One player shows himself at the A-bomb site, everyone's attention shifts away from Car. That's just a detail that you can't miss. Yeah. As you scale up long, that has to be cleared. If not with the Molotovs, it needs to be a hard clear, and you miss that detail, and Vitality is a team full of players who will punish you and have punished you now.
BC Game. Will that be the end of the competitive nature, or will Simple keep it up? He goes and he finds Rops.
I do love watching it, man. When he's in this mood, it's incredible. 24 kills on Simple now.
He's running out there, getting the opening. And then you just sit back and you watch to see if BC Game can actually do anything with this. That's the tough part, isn't it? Like, you can see a performance like this and it might just be nothing from it.
Still nursing this lead and nursing a man advantage here in round 16. Up on ZywOo, and if you give him too many clean shots in middle, he will bring this back into a 4-on-4, but not extending too wide. Not taking that deeper angle quite yet. Mezzi in the B-bomb site, Apex over at Rail, and there's the kill on the Senzu.
Yeah, you don't keep doing like that. It's too much of a wide
in this round. Apex
small angle.
Way back on the ramp. ZywOo overwhelmed. Eventually, Apex has got his killed up and then taken out by Simple. Crazy going down. So Simple and Electronic once again. This time up against Flames and Mezzi. Electronic stepping out into the open, going for the tag, but it's Flames who gets both kills. Simple and Electronic taken down by the AK-47. And Vitality move in for the retake. It'll be a tied game.
I think it's a smart play as well from Simple Electronic. Like the comms always planting the bomb is as soon as this goes down, we're going to double peek long. Let's clear that out. Let's take out Flamesy. Let's turn this into a one-front fight. Unfortunately, losing both those battles, not able to complete the kill. But another very, very close round, another bomb plant, another great performance from Simple with the AK-47. But Flamesy just delivering the kills.
Okay, I take back what I said about peeking.
Because
when you double peek, first of all, you get an advantage if there's a single person there. And second of all, if
all of them have
you
these interviews,
can clear more space. So it's actually a very good play, but the problem is they got very unlucky
major. But you can tell once the actually game starts and we hear the comms and we hear the timeouts and we hear the communication that no one's messing around on this Vitality side whatsoever. This is still a team that's very much locked in.
Yeah.
Other than the fact they've tied things up now.
Yeah, it's more resting outside of the server, right? As soon as they get in the server, it's the same team, like competitive drive and intensity to win every game that they've got in front of them. That's why they were able to win the last event in Fort Worth with no practice, and now coming into Atlanta as favorites, such heavy favorites here as well. 8-8, money gone for BC Game. Simple having to play with a Glock, so we're not looking at anything really coming out of this round, you'd imagine. Maybe this is where we finally get Senzu delivering something. Spotting ZywOo, landing a body shot, but that's about it.
Well, all 5 players are here for BC Game. A little bit awkward for ZywOo and Flamesy. They do back away into safety, look for a moment like they might get caught in no man's land. Apex, meanwhile, has pushed all the way up towards top mid to trap them.
Oh, he's trying to flank, but
he hears these footsteps from Scrunk, but still going to push forward. Bomb is dropped in cave. Scrunk is going to completely miss this push just by sheer misfortune, and that's going to...
And the bomb!
I imagine make it so frustrating for the rest of his team. Like, how the hell did Apex get here? He just went back to middle, quad kill for Apex, looking for the ace, and he's got it. First bullet, 5 kills for Apex, and that's the lead for Vitality.
Yeah. So they were expecting Scrunk to clear the flank
behind
there,
us for some reason. And he's just killed everyone.
So therefore they weren't looking back.
Not quite sure how that happened.
I just feel like he
Therefore you got a
he's just kind of like evil, isn't he? I feel like he picks his moment where he's like, all right, we've just tied it up.
He knows what buttons to push.
We just lost. We just won a low economy round. They're gonna be a little bit. I'm just gonna push this round. I'm gonna just try and ruin their day.
Definitely knows which buttons to push. That's for sure. And now for BC Game. Finally getting the good guns back out again. Orb for Simple. See if he can keep up that level of performance, but he's lost Electronic.
Oh, Mezzi's in trouble though. Molotov gonna force Senzu back. Doesn't want to mess with that. Molotov coming in behind him. Now Mezzi's got to find the escape route, and he will.
Yeah, he does actually play that very well. He gets away without
Yeah,
putting
so
himself
the
in harm's
utility is
way.
amazing.
Well, at this point, BC Game in a tough spot. You got 1 minute and 15 seconds left, but a 4v5 and no real control of the map.
And if you're BC Game, whose number are you calling right now? Simples with
Number
the
one,
AWP.
number one.
I mean, a lot of his aggressive plays and some of those, like the opening kill on ROPS, the B bomb site with AK-47s. Now that he has the AWP, and you're in a 4-on-5, those overextensions are really, really costly if you let your star opera kind of just be unleashed and go for the crazy kills, crazy openings. But it might be their only chance. Skronk in support out middle. They've got smokes for CT spawn if they want to utilize it. Molotov is going to break things up and force them back.
Yeah, it takes away that opportunity, but also funnels them back into
Flames.
Flames, who's ready for them, and he's got both. So that is kind of the round with a play like
Okay,
that
so
from Flames. Very well
Vitality
played between him and
is
ZywOo. I
likes
love
to
that
sneak up a lot,
combination,
and
and then now put
BC
Senzu
Game
and Crazy
is very
in a
oblivious.
last-ditch attempt, a Hail Mary of
Basically, what
sorts,
I'm
as
getting.
they just send themselves forward, but hasn't worked out. So it is going to be Vitality heading up to 10 rounds.
Yeah, Senzu, all he can do is save this AWP to pass it back over to Simple in the next round. Nothing working for BC Game.
Yes. So it's
6-6 at
pretty
half. The
unfortunate.
pistol round here, they won both pistols on Dust 2. This is a 4th round in a row for Vitality as they get to double digits with a 2-round lead. This is typically the point where it just feels like they take over the game and they just suffocate you. There's just, it's so hard to find the answer now.
Yeah, so see, he stuck up there and they were pretty oblivious. Yeah. And
I
Simple
think
is
that's
not used
frustration
to...
maybe at Senzu, who he expects to be watching for that short push
Yeah,
from lower,
yeah,
but
they
Senzu's
don't
like,
get
I
much.
gotta check upper once in a while, is probably his line of thinking.
No, this is also very well played from Vitality.
Yeah, the Molotov coming into mid to force him back. Flamesy recognizing who the response is going to be from ZywOo and being in position to take complete advantage of it.
Yeah, as I said, individual players
Over to the
don't
B-bomb
make up
site
a
we go, it
team.
feels. Up in the hands of Simple. Other than that,
These guys don't
lighter
communicate good
investment.
enough.
Armor
Which
and
is a
upgraded pistols.
reason why they don't win as much
For the
as
BC Game attack,
they
and we just
should.
push into the B-bomb site, see what we can get.
Well, we get blocked as well, so I'm gonna have to sit behind that smoke, which slows things down significantly.
Taking their time, letting Simple lead the way with the AWP. Try and find you an opening kill. Grab an angle and support and let the pistols flood in. Mezzi and Apex have decided to fight for mid.
Smoke fades, Simple scopes up. Making some noise, you see Apex being adjusted to it.
Oh,
No,
Apex is hiding.
bait out the
Oh,
peak, but Mezzi
okay,
on the
so this
block.
is a
Simple turns around,
crossfire.
There's the peak from CT,
Yeah.
Apex on the cleanup. Mowing them down and ripping the beating heart out of BC Game. 11 rounds to 8 now for Vitality.
So you see, Vitality
Pulling it
has
up
the
a gear and
strategy.
getting
Well,
ready to
BC
finish.
Game doesn't
Again,
have
this feels
anything.
like another missed
And they
detail where
don't,
it's like if you,
for example,
you have
that
this
one
AWP
round where
Simple,
Senzu
you're gonna invest in
wasn't
attack
watching
times and armor,
upper,
buy one smoke
I
as
wasn't
well.
watching
You know, that's the
catwalk.
whole
Well,
reason why we see
you
them
know,
kind of swinging out. There's
Simple
nothing
was
in
kind of
CT
expecting
spawn.
him to, and
They don't
therefore
have the
they got a
resources
2
to
for
block
1
it off,
for
so they're
that.
hoping Simple's AWP can keep any defender pinned down as the pistols stream into the B bomb site. But with the crossfire in middle,
Let me see how
there's no
frustrated
space for
everyone
that to
is.
work.
You see him trying to bottle it all up as well, not to lash out. And we got smokes coming through. Mezzi's going to play in towards middle. You got Apex making his way towards top mid. He's going to pass the telephone pole now. It's going to be a strong setup here for Vitality, an aggressive one, but strong as Apex catches a good timing. He gets one. Could have been a multi-kill there, but Crazy quick to respond and make sure it's just the one.
Look how confident Mezzi is to like take the risk and just not even turn to look at top mid. He's like, it'll take you guys a little bit of time to start
Senzu.
swinging wide in middle.
Yeah, ready for the next contact. It is going to come through lower. He's looking in the right spot.
Electronics gonna make first
Electronic,
contact.
oh, stepping out. Mezzi doesn't make the micro adjustment to the head quick enough, so Electronic able to drop him. So at least
So you see how important
advantage now
Flash
started
is.
to BC game. We'll
It
see if
disrupted the
Flames
vision
can
of
be
the
a nuisance,
Opera,
'cause it
and
has
that
been
would
at short
basically
so
prevented
This
the kill
headshot
from
angle
happening.
fight, that was so dicey, isn't it? Just a quick like pop of the head up and down, and then Flamesy's at all the disadvantages in this engagement in the world. There it is, the jump up the dink, but not the kill with the M4. ZywOo's here though.
He is, and he's going to try and patch it up, but Senzu finally arriving. A bit of impact from Senzu, 2 important kills, but that's the bomb being picked off. Electronic getting caught. They know where Rops is though, and look at Simple. He's ready, he's not letting him pass. Rops is going to walk right into it. Simple will collect the kill.
27 now for Simple, leading the way. Well done from Senzu. Great kills he's able to get to maintain the advantage for BC Game and secure the 9th round, so keeping them alive. Preventing Vitality from getting to that safety net of 12. Apex going 1 for 1 on the push, but you can see Vitality with some confidence starting to dig deeper into the playbook. Some more aggressive openers as they feel like they can apply that pressure and a little bit of disjoining the BC Game attack.
Oh, okay, Simple's a little bit like slower, so he doesn't usually
Electronic
get the tag.
and Senzu in upper tunnel, Skunk and Crazy outside long, Simple's up. Dropping down, looking at mid double doors and short.
So we have the double off setup for Vitality.
Double off switched into now for Vitality. Senzu and Simple ran it on the CT side in the first half. No crazy effect off of it. No crazy defensive stand or runs with it. Yeah. Let's see what Vitality's got.
Yeah, we're surprised to see it not work at all, but Flames going into the long fight. It's going to be Skrunk dead first. He's been having a really tough map here, and that continues.
Oh, he's going to be dead.
Be careful. Yeah.
I'm surprised Flamesy didn't push that one on the reload. It felt like he had the idea.
Seemed like they're getting ready for what is going to be the short attack, though. BC Game sending players up.
Oh,
throwing utility, helping the long player, and then just casually going back and killing the short players, too. Simple getting flanked. Dead to Mezzi. ZywOo now positions himself to clean up on Crazy, but he's missed that shot, so Crazy gets away.
A little bit of a weird sequence for ZywOo, isn't it? Yeah. But he managed it well. He realizes there's a gap in that smoke. He settles himself down, nails the shot.
Bomb stuck in short. Can't do anything.
And Vitality again just show a very strong defense. 4 players, each with a kill apiece. Rop's the only one missing for the team ace. 20 seconds. And Crazy's just going to keep this AK-47 as he saves. Long take doesn't really work. I thought Flamesy would be aggressive and wrap around that smoke, but there's ZywOo in the chaotic scenario. Apex bailing him out as Senzu is about to line up a headshot as well. Always an answer for Vitality, and round 21 is theirs. 12-9, 3 chances to close this series out.
Oh, incredibly unfortunate for... BC Game.
And BC Game will come into this next round with some clear weaknesses. You know, you're going to not see all the AKs out, but Skrunk playing with the Galil, so it's not the worst case scenario here. You've got AKs on Electronic, Crazies, Senzu, and AWP here for Simple. He's looking for that mid-cross. Doesn't take the first shot.
Oh, yeah, he's not.
Oh, okay. Rops hangs around a little bit too long now, and Senzu goes forward with the AK.
I don't think Rops realized that that was an angle that he could get killed from.
Secondary AWPer.
That, yeah, not an AWPer. We'll give him the break. Doesn't know all the details. Actually, you know what? Rops is a player I would expect to kind of know all the details, isn't it? Yeah.
If there was one player who's not AWPer.
Yeah.
Well, gathering up outside of B.
That's a
BC Game.
Offensive
Everybody coming over
come
for the
through
party.
all
Unfortunately,
corners
if they continue with this and commit to this, thinking that with that kill in middle they have the advantage, this is a stack. 3 defenders here for Vitality.
Problem is, Vitality also come to the party.
Oh, shoot.
And Mezzi
okay.
is going to fall away first, but Apex, look at this. They all line up in front of him. Apex with 3, finally traded out, and they put it on Flames to try and close out this series here and now. A 1v2 up against Simple and Senzu. It's going to be difficult for Flames. He comes through the window.
Senzu is likely going to get
right is Senzu.
It's hard to clear both angles.
Scoped up, watching. And Senzu's the man to get the headshot. And a couple rounds away from getting this one into overtime. BC Game not rolling over and dying just yet.
No, and I mean, look, I don't think you're going to break into that. I mean, Vitality stacking 3 players there. You're not going to break in that efficiently very frequently. That's actually crazy that they're able to handle the stack that well. Apex even just like needed to have trigger discipline to get the triple kill just to keep that in contention. Give Flamesy any chance in coming over for the retake. First time out for Vitality. Haven't had to be stressed throughout this map too much. 2 more chances for them to close out this series. As BC Game attempt to force overtime. There's the opening. A good chunk of Rops' body showing Mezzi can't get anything done on the first kill. ZywOo gets dropped while Apex is getting on blind and letting enough players enter his sight to rack up a triple kill.
The enemy doesn't know he's there, and therefore they walk
forward. We've been saying this whole time, we've been looking for a second player to step up next to Simple and start providing some impact. Feels like Senzu in these last 2 rounds is starting to get there. Question is it too little too late? Round 23.
So Simple is just a main force right now. He's the only one that's really doing all the killing right now. And obviously Senzu has been getting some impactful kills, but it's just not enough.
They got nades ready to go, but not even required. They just step out. Rops brings up the first 2. He's still here, still a threat. Simple and Electronic fighting on, but that grenade, it's gonna catch him. Electronic was so low. And now the problem is Simple is also low HP, playing from tunnels. Flames will eventually flank that, or he could go through the mid doors to join up his teammates and all come in from the same side. And that is exactly what is happening.
Oh, that's a boost for the Pixel.
ZywOo getting boosted up on top of
so
Apex.
So that will see if anyone tries to cross over to that side.
Crazy about to get activated. Simple sends the flash out, and Crazy gets
blinded
by it. So that's the
bad usage of utility.
He jumped for information, it looked. So a little bit of miscommunication.
Bad usage of
that was going to work.
Utility.
Well, now Simple has to hit the shots, and he just won't. Hasn't connected that one. Now running out of bullets. Crazy has to step up. He's got one, but can it be? Can Simple win this on his own up against ZywOo and Flames? But that defuse is not planted for him, and they're just gonna hold it despite a strong showing from Simple.
And that's gonna be game. I mean, Simple has been amazing this game, 28-13, and it's all about individual play for him. But you know, Counter-Strike is not an individual game; it's a team game, and it requires the whole team to be on the same wavelength. And unfortunately, BC Game is just not like that. And it shows, but I'm just happy to see that, you know, Simple is still getting still has potentially some individual skills to show for it. And I'm hoping that this means that Simple is able to have a comeback. And yeah, that's what I wanted to show you guys. Thank you guys for watching.